All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechak Wadash. Double ones to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Yawam Kawapar, to all the Akim, Akwaf, to all the four corners of the earth. And, pretty much, this lesson is kind of like an impromptu. I didn't have nothing written, but, going into this holy day, this holy convocation, what you should know that the Day of Atonement is a Shabbat. It's a holy convocation. So we're to treat it as a Sabbath. And, it's another solemn assembly. All right. And basically what you're simply doing is you're afflicting your soul, so we're not to eat or drink for a 24-hour period. And you utilize that time while you're afflicting your soul to, ask for forgiveness, any faults that you have or any weaknesses. You just speaking in the spirit in humility to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Now, the mindset going into this high holy day, it's really about your mind, all right, your heart, your spirit, and you can't go into it having insincere intentions. We're not to go into this fast in pretense, all right, and we're to keep a humble heart, and eventually, if we're of the elect, the Lord will, He will deliver us, because we want to be found worthy in His sight. We don't want to be, casted out, casted away. So, this is what we utilize this day for. Now, I'm gonna start with a couple precepts because the key is, being humble or having that contrite spirit, which the Lord actually delights in. Let's go to Psalms 34 and 18. I'm going to get this verse real quick. This is Psalm 34 and 18. It says, "The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit." And that's just those who know that because this is a battle. All right. We battle Satan. We battle with ourselves. We deal with many different temptations. And, at times you might even slip and, you'll feel a certain way about it. You might hang your head a little low. And, the Lord is nigh to an individual like that. But you still got to, rise back up and you got to fight, because this is a fight. But at least, when you in that spirit, the Lord looks down upon your heart and see sincerity there. And that's what He's looking for. All right. Humility can't be faked, because the Lord, He of all people, or should I say He of anything, would know. Because you had Israelites that used to fast, but they had insincere intentions. And that bring me to this precept here in Isaiah 58. All right, where you had Israelites that were being hypocrites, and they wasn't sincerely worshiping the Father in spirit and in truth. And that's who the Lord seeks to worship Him. They that are going to worship Him in spirit and in truth. Sincerity. That's the first, one of the first commandments, right? We're to love the Lord with all our might and with all our soul, with all our mind. And then, love your neighbor as yourself. So this is Isaiah 58, starting at the top, and this is in the NLT. It says, "Shout with the voice of a trumpet blast. Shout aloud, don't be timid. Tell my people Israel of their sins. Yet they act so pious. basically religious. They come to the temple every day and seem delighted to learn all about me. They act like a righteous nation that would never abandon the laws of its God. They ask me to take action on their behalf, pretending they want to be near me. And that's why the Lord refers to our nation as a hypocritical nation, meaning a godless nation, because, they'll, with their mouth, they show much honor and love, but their heart is far from the Lord. They won't do the things that he say. It says, we have fasted before you, they say. Why aren't you impressed? We have been very hard on ourselves, and you don't even notice it. I will tell you why. I respond, it's because you are fasting to please yourselves. Even while you fast, you keep oppressing your workers. So here it is, you're fasting for your own sins, but you're doing wickedness. You're not even checking yourself. So how is your fast even sincere? It says, what good is fasting when you keep on fighting and quarreling? This kind of fasting will never get you anywhere with me. And this reminds me of when Yahushua said to the disciples, let's go to Matthew, the 5th chapter, where he talks about, going into the temple to present a gift. If you're going to go and present a gift before the Lord, but you still got aught with a brother, you got to go and actually, make amends with that brother before you go and present that gift. So don't enter into a fast and there's still tension, there's still, mess that needs to be cleaned up. In the back of your mind, something ain't right. You and another brother haven't, paired things together. So this is Matthew 5:23. It says, therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother has aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. So you want to be at peace. There shouldn't be any grudges. There shouldn't be any, ill will. Everything should be good. So just, the mindset going into the fast, if there's been any issue with another brother or even sister, for you sisters that may be listening, you want to make sure that everything is good. Get rid of all that negativity, any leaven. All right. So let's go back. This is Isaiah 58 and verse 4. It says, what good is fasting when you keep on fighting and quarreling? This kind of fasting will never get you anywhere with me. All right. And also, when you do fast and there's certain things that you are asking in your prayers for the Lord to forgive you for, you better be sincere when you are asking. Don't ask the Lord to pardon you on particular things that you're not willing to change. Things that you're not willing to if there's any particular things that that you're at fault with, don't be a hypocrite and ask the Lord to forgive you if you're going to return back to doing what you asked the Lord to forgive you for. All right. As a matter of fact, let me get this quick precept. This is Sirach 34. And I'm going to start at verse I'm going to start at verse 24. It says, when one prayeth and another curseth, whose voice will the Lord hear? He that washeth himself after the touching of a dead body, if he touch it again, what availeth his washing? So if you're going to go and fast for particular sins that you're guilty of, but you still have the intentions in the back of your mind that you're not going to repent, you're not going to make those changes, then, what's the purpose? So this is the mindset to have. All right. It says, so it is with a man that fasteth for his sins and goeth again and doeth the same. Who will hear his prayer, or what doeth his humbling profit him? So, just be mindful. Be very sincere, when you ask the Lord, because he will work with you. But you got to be willing to work with yourself. So let's go back and continuing on. It says, you humble yourselves by going through the motions of penance, bowing your heads like reeds bending in the wind. You dress in burlap and cover yourselves with ashes. Is this what you call fasting? Do you really think this will please the Lord? And this is why, like, for example, Yahushua, he taught his disciples how to pray, and also what to do when you fast. This is where is it at? Yeah, here it is. This is Matthew 6:16. And it says, moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance. You got the little fake frown on your face, and you're trying to appear like, you're contrite, you're ashamed, but you full of shit, whatever is going on, you have no intentions on changing it. This is what the Lord is warning about. All right, be truthful. He says, moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which is in secret shall reward thee openly. All right. And, this is intimacy with you and the Heavenly Father, which we know the Lord, he looks upon the heart. So he knows what's there and he knows your intentions. And like I started off with Psalms, the 34th chapter, basically the Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. All right. So, hey, rend your heart and not your garments. Let's go to Isaiah 57 and 17. And it reads for Salakia. It's 15. Isaiah 57 and 15, it says, for thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy, I dwell in the high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. And the Lord he's merciful. He looks upon you when you're humble, when you're afflicted in your spirit. All right. And to show you an example, the contrast of the pride versus the lowly, I'm going to use that example that Yahushua used in his parable, where you had this publican that came in to send up a prayer, and then you also had I believe he was a Pharisee or a priest. Let me see if I can find that. Is it this chapter? Let me go back up. Let me see. I think it's Luke 18. Let me check. Yeah, here it is. Yep. The Pharisee and the publican. This is the Lord, saying a parable, but he's conveying a message. And this is the mindset. This is the proper mindset here. All right. Luke 18:9, it says, and he spake his parable. Matter of fact, let me go to the NLT on this one as well. Luke 18:9, it says, then Yahushua told this story to some who had great confidence in their own righteousness and scorned everyone else, like certain Israelite groups out there, boasting in the law, looking down on others because they don't look as neat and holier than thou outwardly as they do. That's not the mindset. All right. It says 2 men went to the temple, right? Because we understand that this is why we needed Yahushua. We needed his sacrifice. We were filthy. We all fell short of the glory. We all transgressed. Our righteousness is as filthy rags. All right. We even have secret faults, and we're to pray that the Lord forgive us every day. Or get in the habit of praying for the Lord to have mercy and to forgive you, each day, because sometimes you don't even know when you're going off. So if it wasn't for Yahushua, man, we be through as a nation. So it says 2 men went to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee and the other was a despised tax collector, publican. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed this prayer. I thank you, Yahweh, that I am not a sinner like everyone else. He just started off his prayer in pride. It's the opposite of humility. For I don't cheat, I don't sin, I don't commit adultery. I'm certainly not like that tax collector. So he in his mind, he's perfect. He's like, what are you in need of sacrifice for then? So you don't need no atonement. I fast twice a week. What are you fasting for when you acting like you're perfect? Because there's certain sins that you don't do. There's certain laws that you do keep. And I give you 1/10 of my income. But the tax collector stood at the distance and dared not even lift his eyes to heaven as he prayed. Instead, he beat his chest in sorrow, saying, O power, be merciful to me, for I am a sinner. I tell you, this sinner, not the Pharisee, returned home justified before the Most High. For those who exalt themselves shall be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. So that's a little lesson, that you can learn from this story that Yahushua told about, you can exalt yourself and feel proud, but the Lord can actually bring you down and he can expose you. Now, we all are worthy of death if it wasn't for Yahushua. So it's best to, own up. And I pray that I don't get a proud spirit on me. It's never good to get complacent. Like it tells us in the book of Corinthians, if any man thinketh that he standeth, let him think again, lest he fall. So let's go from there, because I thought of a precept, after just reading this. I believe it's in Psalms 51. No, actually Proverbs. Is this one? Proverbs 29 and 23. This is in the NLT. It says, pride ends in humiliation, while humility brings honor. And let me get that in the KJV. It says, a man's pride will bring him low. Just like that Pharisee, which the Lord was, he stayed constantly cussing out those Pharisees because they were hypocrites. All right. We don't want to be no hypocrite, because the Lord, he'll strip you down. He'll strip you down, break you down. And the only one left alone to be praised and exalted is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is Sirach 1:29. It says, be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. Yeah, a man's pride shall bring him low. All right, it says, and so the Most High discover thy secrets, whatever faults that you hiding in the dark, whatever skeletons you got, the Lord can bring that out, man. The moment you get proud, the Lord can bring it all out on you. You'll go viral among the congregation, and not for good. It says, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. So we don't want to deceive ourselves, man. Okay. So let's go back to Isaiah 58, and then we'll just keep reading. It says, verse 6, it says, I'll read the last sentence of the last verse. It says, do you really think this will please the Lord? No, this is the kind of fasting I want. Free those who are wrongly imprisoned. Lighten the burden of those who work for you. Let the oppressed go free, and remove the chains that bind people. Share your food with the hungry. If a brother is not, doing too well financially, brother need a quick bite to eat, he ain't got it, man, feed that brother, man, feed the man, right? Because like Yahweh Shai said, if you would have done the least of these things unto my little ones, you have done it unto me, right? So we keep those principles. It says, and give shelter to the homeless, give clothes to those who need them, and do not hide from relatives who need your help. Then your salvation will come like the dawn, and your wounds will quickly heal. Your godliness will lead you forward, and the glory of the Lord will protect you from behind. Then when you call, the Lord will answer. Yes, I am here, he will quickly reply. Remove the heavy yoke of oppression. Stop pointing your finger and spreading vicious rumors. Gossip, slander. All right. It says, feed the hungry and help those in trouble. Then your light will shine out of the darkness, and the darkness around you will be as bright as noon. The Lord will guide you continually, giving you water when you are dry and restoring your strength. You will be like a well-watered garden, like an ever-flowing spring. Some of you will rebuild the deserted ruins of your cities. Then you will be known as the rebuilder of walls and the restorer of homes. Basically, the restorer of paths. All right, which we're doing that by building up the tabernacle of David and establishing that old path. Going back to our forefathers. Okay, bringing our people to the righteous way. It says, keep the Sabbath day holy. Don't pursue your own interests on that day. And you got certain guys that said you can have sex on the Sabbath day. Well, this is a Sabbath day. And I wondered, with those guys that teach that, I wonder what they say about the Day of Atonement. Would that behavior be permitted on such a day like this, when you're supposed to be afflicting your soul, abstaining from your own interests, your own pleasures? It says, but enjoy the Sabbath and speak of it with delight as the Lord's holy day. Honor the Sabbath in everything you do on that day, and don't follow your own desires or talk idly. Then the Lord will be your delight. I will give you great honor and satisfy you with the inheritance I promised to your ancestor Jacob. I, the Lord, have spoken. So this is a good chapter to read, going into it. Okay. And, just a quick few things, in the spirit. There's a little prayer in Sirach, the 23rd chapter that always, it sticks with me, and it actually gives you perspective on your mindset. When you're trying to be a humble person, that's, fighting that good fight. You're basically trying. You're trying to, any shortcomings you're trying to overcome. And get over a lot of these, hurdles that comes your way. So this is Sirach, the 23rd chapter. And I'll start at 1. It says, O Lord, Father and Governor of all my whole life, leave me not to their counsels and let me not fall by them, who will set scourges over my thoughts and the discipline of wisdom over mine heart, that they spare me not for mine ignorances, and it pass not by my sins. Lest my ignorances increase and my sins abound to my destruction. That's, having that heart of complacency. You not being disciplined in the mind, because we're supposed to apply these scriptures with any situations given that we're placed in. We're supposed to be constantly being disciplined enough to apply wisdom. And, you not thinking in the moment, in the spirit, nothing is going through your head when you're going through these different situations, and it can actually lead to sin. It tells you in Hebrews, the 3rd chapter, about the deceitfulness of sin. So you want to be very attentive, and that's what it means to seek out the salvation of the Lord with fear and trembling. All right. It says, and my sins are bound to my destruction, and you don't want your sins to weigh you down. It says, and I fall before mine adversaries, and mine enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy. O Lord, Father and God of my life, give me not a proud look, because that's definitely one of the things that the Most High hate, pursuing the Proverbs 6 and 16. The Lord hates a proud look. It says, but turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind. I don't want to be heady or high-minded. We still got to fight. We're still in a battle. And none of us ain't made it into the chariot. And we're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. It's finna get real serious out here. There's so much happening all at once right now. You could just feel it. We're finna come into something major. So this is very important. It says, turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me. Because, hey, we're all subject to this because we're in the flesh. So we don't want that to overtake us either. So these are the things to pray for. All right, it says, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. All right. And what does it mean to be impudent? It says not showing due respect for another person, impertinent, marked by contemptuous or cocky boldness or disregard of others. And that's not the mindset to have. That's not the behavior, especially being creatures in Yahushai. We're to prefer one another. Okay. Not desirous of vainglory, not putting yourself first before the next brother, not defrauding one another. We got to have, respect. Rude and not showing respect, especially towards someone who is older or in a more important position. So we don't want to be impudent. We respect this ministry, respect the brotherhood. All right. And, we respect, one another. So, these are just a few things, that I want to share in the spirit. I didn't have nothing in particular just written down, but, just going into this particular day, just want to, go into the mindset of it. All right. And, Lord will, you brothers and you sisters were edified. And with that, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Lord willing, you have a Barak Yawam Kawapar. And with that, Shabbat Shalom.